What's up, you bunch of GP? Gooch here, coming at you from a park that probably a few years ago, not too many coaster enthusiasts were that interested in. I'm at Plopsaland de Panne. They have now added what could be the world's greatest roller coaster. And we're gonna find out tonight. That coaster, the Ride to Happiness, is gonna be my 700th ride. 700 coasters. We're hitting the big milestone this evening. They have a cool system here for their fast passes. For 35 euros, which is not very expensive, you get 9 points on your card. Each one is good for one ride. If you want to ride a front row of a coaster, that counts as 2 points. They are also good for the scare mazes here. But if you want to use the fast pass for a scare maze, that also counts as 2 points. So I'm probably gonna spend most of those 9 points on Ride to Happiness, but we'll see. Anyway, it's time to go in the park. Let's get this adventure started. Man, what a cool entry plaza. I haven't quite seen anything like this. The entry plaza looks like a huge village. Extremely well themed. It looks realistic, but a little bit off. Some of the angles are a little off. Some of the buildings look broken. There's a belt squeezing the middle of one of the buildings. All of them are very colorful. So it kind of reminds me of Diagon Alley at Universal in Florida, but a lot more colorful and inviting. From what I understand, Studio 100 owns this park, and they produce shows for children. So the colorful buildings and the kind of whimsical look totally makes sense, because this is really designed to engage with the young, impressionable minds of children. And big kids like me.
Good sir, could you show me the way to Heidi The Ride? Okay.
So Heidi The Ride, great GCI wooding, small layout, extremely similar to White Lightning at Fun Spot in Orlando. It's almost a clone of that. Apparently they had to make a few modifications just to fit this location, but it's essentially the same layout. So a fun woody and a good start. So on to the next one. Okay, so I very quickly got a ride on Le Drac, aka the Dragon, which is a mock-powered coaster. Those are really good attractions, I think, for these parks, because you know, in America, a lot of the family coasters tend to be very small, little layout, very short train, so hence low capacity, and yet all the kids and families want to ride them. These mock-powered coasters are long trains, most of them with 24 seats, so you seat up to 48 people. Sometimes they're running 2 trains, so I think it's really smart attraction for these parks to eat up families, and they're a little fun too. And I also did the K3 roller skater, which is a good old Vekoma Junior model. Smooth as usual and well themed and fun. So that's 3 down. On to number 4, and then it's time for the main attraction. Super Splash. A mock Super Splash. This one's not listed on RCDB. It has an elevator lift that goes up into the kind of little pirate building there. Comes down on a mock track, on a drop, does a little airtime hill, and then splashes down. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you count this as a coaster credit? Sound off in the comments. Man, this is taking some serious willpower to not jump right in the line for Ride to Happiness. I've been able to see it from almost every angle that I'm at in the park. But just one more coaster. Not yet. We're almost there. So as you can see, night is upon us, and I just completed my 4th ride, Anubis the Ride. It is a Gerstlauer launched coaster. It's very smooth, and the launch was powerful. It immediately goes into a top hat that threw me out of my seat. You hit a bunch of good inversions, twists and turns. It all winds through the forested area behind this mansion. I really enjoyed it. That's one of the best Gerstlauer coasters I've ridden. So do I look happy? Wow! Ride to Happiness. Incredible. This is one of the world's finest roller coasters. Starting with the JoJo roll out of the station, which depending on what seat you're in, you're spinning, it's just so disorienting. Into a powerful launch. As you're launching, you're spinning and rotating. You hit that top hat in the front row. Oh my God, I got yeeted out of my seat completely. It's insane. In the back car, the drop coming off of that top hat is incredible. Oh my God, when it hit the flying snake dive, when I was in row 2, we literally rotated and spun 3 times as it's going through the double inversion into the dive drop. That's the most disorienting and incredible moment I may have ever had on a roller coaster. It's pretty awesome. Can't say enough about the 2 airtime hills that are right at the end of the ride, leading into the station. They are ejector airtime hills. This is my number 700, huge milestone, and I'm telling you, this is gonna make it in my top 5. Pretty incredible. What's your favorite roller coaster? Tell us. We all just agreed this is one of the best roller coasters in the world. Oh, you heard
Subscribe
the man.
and like, but notifications on!
Yeah, I love it.
Belgians, they made you so damn evil.
Crawling, slimy, goo, werewolves, howling, zombies, drool, signs waiting in the dark to jump out and yell, ooh!
So I just walked through one of the 2 scare zones, Scrama. Wasn't that scary. So it's Halloween, so it was only right that I did the other scare zone, which was called Scarecrow. There weren't really any actors in the actual walkthrough area. There were a couple on the main midway though, and I caught them scaring a few people. And I did do one of the scare mazes. This was called The Cabin. It's their newest scare maze. Very creepy. Walking through a cabin with lots of dismembered body parts and creeps going through the house. But now it's time to end the night with a last ride on Ride to Happiness. Can't wait. I just finished my 4th ride on Ride to Happiness. I gotta say that I prefer the rows towards the front on this. I mean, it's just incredible. I really like Plopsaland. It's a beautiful park, really clean. Everything is super well themed. There's a million things to look at everywhere in every direction. All the buildings are themed now. There's characters everywhere. I think it's perfect park for families, but they got that special thing for enthusiasts now, which is a bucket list roller coaster, Ride to Happiness. So anyway, for GP Coasters, I'm Gooch, and I'm out. All right, guys, I'm ready to say it. I had to come back to Plopsaland and just get a few more rides on Ride to Happiness. And now, after 9 rides, I'm ready to say this is the best coaster in the world. This is the best coaster in the world. Number 1. I hope that you can get here and ride it because it's amazing. With those spins, you're almost always sideways going into inversions, which makes you do backflips and front flips. It really just makes you feel like you're flying. It's also the most re-rideable ride in the world because every ride's gonna be a little bit different. You might spin a little bit different, and it has an onboard audio soundtrack. I think it's the best coaster in the world. You heard it here first. Get out to Belgium, people. Ride this coaster.